everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I am your host, Tonage Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
This is episode number 91, which is awesome. We are less than 10 away from 100. I know I say, we're away from 100 every episode, but that's just because I'm really excited for us to get there. It's been a long time coming. It's going to be our 3-year anniversary of doing this podcast. Is gonna fall right. I think it's like a week after.
I don't know. With the amount of time that we've missed, I don't know if we'll make 100 right on the dot anymore.
It'll be 92, 93, 94.
With us missing a lot and like
97,
with us missing a couple in July, and then when I was sick and all that, it was like if we hadn't missed those, I think we would have nailed it on 100.
I think if we keep it rolling, we'll hit episode 100 on the 4th, as long as we don't skip the week of Thanksgiving. It'll be like a little bit after 3 years. Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, the week of Thanksgiving will be weird because.
Do you want to do the
that
week
one?
of Thanksgiving?
That one might have to. I don't know because like, I would have to figure it out, but like. It's never really calculated what my family does on Thanksgiving, bro.
Yeah, we can always skip that one and it'll just be episode 100. But which would be great because I think that's study day for classes. But yeah, rolling right into it today. A lot of has happened. Some things have been confirmed and / or denied. Recently. Well, starting with, let's just get into season 2 of XDefiant, released last Wednesday after the podcast. We were going to talk about it. We already talked about it after the XDebrief. So we're going to talk about our thoughts and feelings and what's going on here with XDefiant. I'll let Deception take the lead on this one. Just because, this is his ballgame.
I would say, I've played more of season 2 than I played of season 1 in the first week.
Which is always
I've been having fun with it. I would say, like, overall, it's positive, but there are some things that I think they need to like fix, but they're already confirmed to be working on them.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like the actual new content is really cool.
Yeah,
I really like the faction.
Mm-hmm.
And I can kind of see that I think a lot of people really like the faction because I've seen way more people running Highwaymen this early in the season compared to last season. Like when GSK came out, like I played basically the first like week, and it was like maybe once every few games I'd see somebody else running it. But, like, I've had games where 3 or 4 people on my team have been running Highwaymen. Plus a couple people on the other team.
Makes me feel left out because I don't have it yet. So I can't buy it, but I'm grinding for it. Trust me, guys. I'm grinding.
I think there's a Highwayman bundle. You could buy that.
Oh, I can't buy anything.
I think it would give it to you.
I can't buy anything, dude. Like, I'm serious. Like, I checked my bank account.
I bought the $70 version, so I get them immediately.
I checked my bank account this morning. Guess how much?
Less than $100.
$5.
Oh, okay, well.
Both accounts. No, my rent got taken out today, so. But all my bills, all my things have to be paid at like the end or the beginning of the month, like either the 31st or the 1st, so or the 30th, depending on the month. Like last month. Like September was the 30th, so from the first like week of whatever month it is, I'm completely and utterly broke until I get paid again. But who knows? I might have to use some monies to do that. But anyway, from what I've seen,
there were like I've had plenty of time to use both of the abilities, because they're to get the new skins, the extra characters. You have to get 50 kills with the turret and 50 kills with the M79, which is the grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had plenty of time to use both of those. I said initially that I thought that the turret was either going to be very weak or pretty OP. I actually think that they found a really good like middle ground. Like it's actually pretty balanced. It never really feels that weak. Like it's not getting kills. It does get. I would say on average it gets more assists than kills, but it doesn't like if you're fighting that turret head on, it's gonna kill you probably.
Yeah, unless you're like jiggle peeking a corner or something,
And
which
it has some like it has some weird it has some weird locations where you can put it down where like sometimes it'll shoot somebody, sometimes it won't. Like sometimes it's a little weird shooting over walls when it looks like it should be able to or whatever. But like overall, it's pretty good. I kind of don't want them to mess with it because I feel like if they buff it, it'll just be super OP.
yeah,
But if they nerf it, nobody will use it.
I think what we were worried about originally was that it was gonna be one of those things, but they kind of like it came in perfect in my opinion.
I haven't really had any issues with the turret, to be honest. I fought it a bunch and I've used it a bunch, and I think it's just fine. I don't think they need to change anything
No,
right now.
I don't think so either. And if
Um,
they do, it really is gonna mess with it because, I mean, yeah, it's gonna kill you. Like it's part of what the ability does. Like if you're with the cleaners, if you're in the freaking splash zone of the fire bomb, like you're gonna get killed.
Bro, the thing about the cleaners is like people will just intentionally just run right into you to firebomb you, and it kills you like every time.
Yeah, that's what I do with it. Don't hate the
But
player.
like
Hate the game.
the other side of it, I kind of don't want them. This is gonna sound weird because like obviously we want a good balance and we want abilities to be used, but like I kind of don't want them to change the M79, but the M79 is rather weak. Um, but I think it's good. And the main reason why I think it's good that the M79 is rather weak because I feel like everybody would use it if it wasn't. And because there's no like flak jacket perk or anything in this game. So if you make it stronger, you just can't counter it. And right now it has like a very small blast radius and it can't go very far. And like I've gotten a lot of hit markers with it, but when I was going for like the new character skins with it, it was kind of frustrating. But in general gameplay, I think that's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm actually really pleased so far with all the new additions to this season. To be
I
honest,
like the faction.
I love the faction and it's like they look sick. Like they look awesome.
I'm
And
still trying to get a saw launcher clip, bro. I want to get at least a quad with a saw launcher.
you gotta.
I got 3 yesterday, and it was bouncing all in their spawn. It wasn't hitting any of them.
Damn. I think that's more. I think that is more good. Wow. I think that would be
It was
like
more good.
is me. Yeah, I'm struggling today. I think that's kind of better for like Occupy or something where like the whole team's like on the site and you can just clear them
The
out
thing
real quick.
is, it's just like I like it. I like it a lot. But the thing is like for people who are super obsessed with getting value out of their ults, that ult is mostly just luck based. Like you can hit people head on, but you only get 6 shots with it. So at most you're gonna get 6 kills head on, and usually you're not even gonna get that. Like I'd say the average player probably gets 2 kills with it, maybe 1 to 2. But like the bounces are what can give you the extra kills or destroy equipment or whatever. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to kind of rely on luck there because you don't know where the heck it's gonna bounce.
Yeah.
Sometimes it bounces well and sometimes it doesn't. Like I've had some times where it's like bounced and hit turrets and ADSs and shields and all that. And I've had some times where it does absolutely nothing. Like I need to go back in my stream from a couple days ago and clip this, but there was one guy that was using it on the other team in one game. And it was literally like I saw it just bouncing all around me, but it wasn't hitting me. It was literally just chasing me around the map, bouncing, and it wasn't hitting me.
Hmm.
So like it's very luck based, but it can be a very good ult in the right situation.
I feel like if you use it right too. I mean, I feel like there's some sort of skill level to it as well, like that will eventually decipher
Honestly, I think the
eventually.
best way to use it is to try to, with the shots that you have, try your best to get either good bounces where you know it'll hit somebody, like bounce it into a hill, like on Occupy, or like just try to get direct hits with it. Because if you get a direct hit with it, it doesn't stop that blade. That blade will just keep going. So you're just guaranteed kills and it's just going to bounce. So that's probably the best way to use it.
Yeah.
But it's a very fun ult. It's great. Even though sometimes I get zero value out of it, it's just fun, like shooting that thing and seeing them bounce everywhere. Um, it's a fun ult. Um, I would say I don't have too much experience with all of the new guns. I haven't gotten to the L86 yet, the LMG. I'm really close. I'm actually like tier like 73 or something like that in the battle pass, so I'm getting there. Um, and it's at 80. I'm not there yet, but it does feel like I picked it up a couple times and it does feel pretty okay. Um, it feels really wobbly, which is weird, but I think that's because people probably don't have very good attachments on it yet.
No.
Almost everybody I've seen that's using it doesn't really have anything on it. Um, the spaz, I've used the spaz quite a bit. It's like the spaz is both good and bad. I said that I felt like it'd probably be the best shotgun in the game. I think it has potential to be, but it fires so slow. It fires so much slower than I thought it would, and it feels kind of awkward sometimes. But other times you get surprising one hit kills or like quick pop shot 2 hit kills, and you're like, wait, this gun's really good.
All right.
Um, like I had a game yesterday where I dropped 55 and like a good 45 of those were with shotgun. So
All right.
it's like hit or miss, but I think overall it's pretty good. The gun that I really was surprised by as to just how good it was is that PP-19. Like,
I love me
my lord,
a PP-19.
bro, that gun is crazy.
Yeah.
I've gotten some crazy kills with it, and I've gotten some crazy deaths with it. I've seen people map me with that gun, and I'm like, bro. And you combine that with like the fact that the passive of the Highwayman increases your fire rate and reload speed. That thing is insane. That gun is a really good, but I love it.
Yeah, I only used it once, but it didn't have any attack. I had to pick it up because I'm not quite there yet on the battle pass. I'm like a couple off of it. So I
I
picked it
actually
up.
had enough. I had just enough X coins from the login bonuses that I could buy the battle pass bundle, so I just bought that. So I got the PP immediately,
Nice.
and I started playing it from the first game, and I was like, man, this gun, even with like no attachments or like I only had a couple attachments on it for a while, it was still really good. I was like, man, I like this gun.
That's what's up. Um,
And I don't know, like speaking of the battle pass, I think they've done a much better job with the battle pass this time. Um, I don't know how much you've looked through the battle pass, but like
oh, it's
there's
sick.
basically like they have lowered the amount of like filler content and increased the amount of content that we actually want. Like
Hmm.
there's so many more character skins and weapon skins and stuff. It's great.
I do
Like
like some of the other stuff they have, like at the end where they show like the player of the game, the chair one where they like go on the chair and
dude,
it spins
I've
around.
seen that. Yeah, where they're in the chair. I love that one. That
That's
one's
like
cool.
that's me IRL. Like
I've seen some people using that one.
that's me IRL. So I was actually
I just think that they did a great job with the battle pass this
oh
time.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think they still overall need to step their cosmetic game up a little bit. I think the
But
cosmetics are still a little underwhelming, but they were a lot better this time. Like
mhm.
the weapon skins like that, the notable ones that I saw were like there's a P90 skin that comes right before the PP-19, and it looks like a straight like portal gun. Like it
Ooh.
looks like it looks like if you made a Portal FPS game, that would be one of the guns. And like there's like there's a what was it called? There was like a stone something like M16 that looks really sick.
I really like this the last gun that's on
Yeah, the
the
Nautilus AK at the end is that one looks awesome.
hold on a second,
I
I'm
really
getting a
want to
phone
see if
call.
it changes the iron sights on that gun.
I'm back, sorry. Got a call from the health department because my aunt and uncle went in for tetanus in the ER.
Ew.
And when we just got our cat 2 weeks ago. So they put down that she bit my uncle because she um like when he put her in the crate, she doesn't like to be picked up, so she bit him. So
Fine, we can cut that part out of the podcast.
yeah. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, I gotta comply or I'll get fined. So, um, anyway, what were
Yeah,
we talking about?
overall, I feel like they did a lot better job on the battle pass.
Yeah.
Like I said, like the weapon skins look really cool. Especially that Nautilus AK, I want that really bad. That's why I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get through the battle pass real quick this time.
Me too.
And I'm making good progress. But like, there's even like a lot of the character skins were good. Like one of the skins that I really was intrigued by and that I really like is that poison. It's like a poison frog looking skin where it's like there's like big black dots, but it's like rainbow around it.
Ooh.
Dude, I've been looking at that and I'm like, man, I really wish they would make that a camo. Like, give us like the basically the titanium prisma camo, but put those big black dots on it. Make it look like a poison frog camo. That'd be awesome.
Ooh. Yeah. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
I think the battle pass is great compared to the first season. Um, I also really like the mastery camo and
Pyroclastic.
yeah, the mastery camo looks really awesome. And it to be honest, like I really wish that they would do like just challenges over the system that they have right now where you level a gun for 10 years and then finally get the camo. But I kind of like the fact that they are making it to where you have to get like 23 guns to 400 before you
Yeah.
can actually, you have to get 23 guns to 400, and they tell you the requirements. It's like 4 ARs, 3 SMGs, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's
but you
like,
have to get 23 total guns to 400, and that finishes the first requirement. That lets you unlock the camo. But then you have to get every gun to 500.
yeah.
And like, I don't know. I think that the fact that it doesn't sound great on paper, but I think the fact that, at least for me, like this is what I've found in how I'm thinking about it, is initially like I was like, I don't know if I want to get this camo. Like it's all the way at 500. Like who really cares? I don't know if I'll grind it that much. I might get it on like one or two guns. But the fact that they're requiring you to get 23 guns to 400 and then get them all to 500, I don't know why, but it makes me want to get the camo more. Like I don't know why. I don't know what the mental thing is there, but like just knowing that there's like a requirement and I'm like, "Oh, if I want to get this on the meta guns or my favorite guns, I have to get the rest of them done." It makes me want to get it more.
Yeah. It kind
It
of
makes
like,
me feel like I have actually something to work for and I have to work hard to get the camo instead of, "Oh, you can just level this one gun and get the camo on it, but you don't have it on any other gun, so it's whatever."
I think it's good, and it's like it gives you a little bit more of like a stamp of like, approval, I guess, as far as like
Especially for those
grinding.
people, unlike me, that already have 90% of their guns to 400, they probably could unlock it now.
Yeah. That and like sometimes people just grind one gun and they'll have like the max camo on the one gun. But they won't have any other guns leveled and they've been just using the same gun the entire time.
Yeah, and that goes into a whole other problem
Yeah.
about that goes into a whole other issue um in the game where
Yeah.
there's mastery camos, but it's like not really because you're just mastering one gun. Like I don't know. The camo system in this game just feels really weird because like I could understand it, and this is why I say that I think the requirement part makes me want to get it more. Is because imagine if to get the titanium camos you had to have every AR to like 300 instead of just, oh, you can just do it on one gun. You don't need to do it on any other guns. That would have made me want to do it more. The fact that you have to use multiple guns and put that time in to get the camo instead of, oh, I can just use this one gun for like ever and annoy people by using the same gun every game and that's it. Like it doesn't feel as good as like, oh, now I have to use all these different guns. Um, I know like so everybody's different. Like for some people, they might not want to do that, and this challenge system, this camo system, might be better. Um, but I like the fact that there's a little bit of a requirement to get the pyroclastic camo, and it makes me want to grind it now.
Yeah. I think, I mean, it adds a different layer, and that's kind of what we were looking for, I guess, when we were talking about it earlier. It's adding like a different layer of challenge to these.
It's adding something that takes a little bit of the monotony out of using the same gun all the time. Like you're still kind of doing that, but now it's like I have to use all these other guns for the same amount of time. So I'm just gonna have to put a bunch of time in on every gun.
Yeah.
Which I like that overall.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say when it comes to game stuff, I will say this is where I was a little bit mixed, but I think it's been looking a little better. They improved the netcode in the game to where now it seems like you get hit markers more consistently, but
Yeah.
it's led to a weird problem
Where you
where
trade like
you're
crazy.
trading
Oh
kills
my
all the
god.
time. Okay, but that's how that felt on the first day, and it
Yeah.
felt low key really bad. Like there were games where I felt like I was getting traded 10 times a game,
I
and it
felt
was
like
like
most of
every
my
gunfight I
kills.
would get
Yeah.
traded.
And that it's like not
Um,
like a huge problem, I guess. Like it makes the game still playable, but it's a little frustrating
I feel
because
like
you're
it.
like,
I
could
said
I
this
have
to
won?
Wyatt. I feel like it would be really bad in competitive
Oh, for
because
sure.
the way that competitive plays, I feel like everybody would just trade all the time.
Yeah. And that doesn't get you anywhere.
Like, and the other thing that I thought felt weird, and this still happens a lot, but I'll get to how it feels now. The other thing that was really weird is it felt like sometimes you'd be shooting a guy and you'd hit like all of your bullets, but then all of a sudden you're not hitting any bullets, and they start hitting all their bullets when they weren't hitting any before, and then you
Mm-hmm.
two trade. So it just felt like an unfair trade. Like it was like I should have killed that guy, but now we traded. Um, but now like I played it the last couple days. I don't know what they've done. They released a patch today, but they didn't release any patches before that. And I don't think today's patch was an netcode patch. Um, I don't know if they did something like to make the game better optimized, did something with the servers on the back end. It didn't say anything or what. But the last couple days that I played, trading has been it's still there, still happens. But it doesn't happen nearly as often. Those weird trades don't happen quite as often, and the game in general just feels smoother than it did the first day. I don't know if they've done anything, or maybe that's just how the game. Maybe the game smoothed itself out over season one, but like, or after the beginning of season two. But it feels better for some reason now than it did before. Um, but I will say that Exclusive Ace was doing a stream and was talking about the trading, and Ace was in there, and Ace confirmed that they're working on a fix for the trading so it doesn't happen nearly as often, which is good. Because I don't mind trading people occasionally, but man, it was out of control the first like day of season one. Like
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I can't like me and Wyatt both felt that, and like Wyatt didn't even play until Wyatt played the first day and didn't even play any until yesterday because of how bad the trading was. And like
Mm-hmm.
even he noticed it. Like we were playing, he was like, "I'm not getting traded nearly as much, and this game feels a lot better." Um, but like I said, overall that netcode change was, I think, overall a W. It was an improvement. I do feel a lot better netcode wise. I feel like if they get if they take the trading down quite a bit, I think the game will be in a pretty okay spot netcode wise. There's obviously improvements that need to be made, but if it does feel a lot better
Mm-hmm. I
outside
mean,
the trading issue.
in my opinion, I think trading should be something that is rare, like very rare in the game.
Especially like these situations where I feel like I hit every bullet and then I stop shooting and hitting and they start hitting. That is such a weird trade, and that happens a lot. That is a lot of the reason why I even get traded.
Yeah. So
So
I don't know. I think it. Damn. If I could fucking use English, um, I think um I think if they make that change, it'll make the game like the netcode like perfect, in my opinion, or like near perfect. I mean, nothing's ever perfect, but
I think one
near
of the
perfect.
internal problems with the netcode that I think if they fixed it, it'd feel a lot better is this game actually has client side hit markers rather than server side hit markers. I think that's a lot of the problem with why the trades feel weird. But like I don't know. If they fixed that, I feel like we'd be in a really good spot. But I think them just taking the trading down for now is a really good change. Like whenever they drop that patch, I'll be very intrigued to see how the game plays because the game already feels quite a bit better netcode wise. It's just a lot of the things that happened as a result of the fact that you're hitting more hit markers now. It makes it feel a little bit weird because like also another problem that happens, but it doesn't happen nearly as often. And this is another product of you, like the game recognizing that you're hitting more often. Is I'm dying around the walls again sometimes, which
Yeah.
wasn't really happening before after they fixed the netcode the first time. So it kind of makes me feel like I'm playing the game at launch again, dying
Yeah.
around walls and stuff. But
So,
it doesn't happen that often.
which is good. Um, but yeah, other than like the small little things, I feel like this season of XDefiant is definitely better. Obviously, the one thing that I feel like will really save this game, and we've said it before, and I'll say it again, is having private matches. I mean, I know they're doing the beta this season. Not sure when. Um,
They should drop to the launch. It
they
really
really
made me
should have.
disappointed that they
Yeah,
didn't.
me too.
Me and Wyatt
Uh,
were talking about that. We were just like, man, like why? Why did they
like,
do
why are
this?
they waiting so long? It's a beta anyway. Like, if things aren't completely ready, like it's not in its full form, like at least let us play. You know what I mean? We've got this
Like
whole
I've
like
seen, like I don't know if there's some sort of internal bug or like a quote unquote security risk, like they said with the tests that they were gonna do. I don't know what it is, but I've seen so many leaks saying that custom games is basically ready. I don't know why they're not putting it out, and that just feels really weird to me because if I want to compete in this game, we need custom games, bro.
yeah we
Like
do.
we cannot compete just playing ranked all day.
So I mean, like I said, and it'll be so much better for the game too. I mean, the game's having a really rough time with like viewership on like platforms, um,
I
other
think
than like
season two
YouTube.
has fixed that a little bit.
A little bit, but not
At least in
enough.
my opinion, like not viewership wise, but player wise, I feel like they brought a lot of people back because
Yeah.
I have seen a much better variety of players playing.
But the thing that with damn, I'm really struggling with the English today.
Need some caffeine, bro.
I did. I'm gonna have to get another cup after the podcast. I'm gonna have to go get myself some more coffee because I'm struggling.
I had some Rev gum, bro. I'm ready to go.
Nice, nice, nice cop. Anyway, um, but like it's a you've got the grinders, right, that are competing, which is gonna be a what, couple thousand people, right, that are like amateur slash pro, or like semi pro, right? And they're gonna be grinding all day, every day, both
I would say it might
tournaments.
be even less than that because Wyatt wasn't even that close to legend rank, and on the leaderboards he was almost top 500.
Yeah, so 1,000 people,
he was like
maybe.
in the high 500s, and he was like diamond.
Fair enough. Well, also people have not been playing either, so like there's also that.
I think a lot of the reason why a lot of more competitive oriented players aren't playing is because of that. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like I kind of feel for people like Wyatt because like Wyatt doesn't personally enjoy playing pubs like I do. I can
Hmm.
play pubs all day, bro. I don't care. I can play pubs. If I like the game, I'll play pubs all the time. But like Wyatt's not like that. Wyatt wants to compete.
Hmm.
And I can totally understand why he hasn't been playing the game very much because competition wise, there's like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, so I totally get why there have been a lot of competitive oriented players that have just like taken a break, just taken a step back, and just haven't been playing the game.
Yeah. So let's do ballpark 1,000 people, right? That are gonna at if once they drop public matches are gonna start competing off the bat, right? That's probably a low ball considering how much hype was around competitive and for how long. You know what I mean? So we'll just go with
Yeah.
that for now, right? Just to kind of like low ball, right? So that's 1,000 already concurrent players who will be on. Sorry to cough. Who will be on every day for like multiple hours a day, depending. Like could be anywhere from 4 to upwards of 8 to 10 hours a day grinding the game. right? Especially being in those private matches, trying to
I
figure
mean,
out
you could be
plays
like
and
Parasite, who was doing like 18-hour streams every day when season one came out and ranked was really like there.
yeah. So there's that. So that's already 1,000 people minimum. And then you have tournaments, you have leagues, you have teams that are bringing in publicity to the game, wanting to get in their, get in their hand in the pool of money. Like
Yeah, like us.
it brings esport brings a lot to to a game. That's like one of the really big benefits of having esports for your game
I would
is
say one of the biggest things is it could bring viewership up
yeah,
because if this game does well competitively, which I think it has the potential to, and it's fun to watch, then you're gonna reach out to a lot of people because there are probably people because Twitch has kind of stepped up their recommended game, even though I think their recommended channel stuff was already quite a bit better than every other streaming service. But like Twitch has stepped up their whole recommended like game even more. And I guarantee you, if there are people that play XDefiant or watch people casually play it, when if like competitive gets up and running, they're gonna get recommended people that are playing competitive, and they're gonna be like, "Man, this game looks even more fun than when I was watching people play pubs."
yeah. So I think it's such a necessity these days to have that competitiveness come from launch in order to keep that trajectory going, and XDefiant is already behind. They kind of are building up this reputation of taking too long on certain things, which
Taking too
sucks.
long on everything.
Yeah, so which sucks for them because I mean I think a lot of people wanted to play this game competitively, and I think since the COD scene is so, and hear
Well,
me
because
out
they
on
talked
this.
such a big game about competitive anyway before it even came out.
Yeah,
Like they
especially
had
with like
they had like
Ace being on the
matches and
team.
everything.
Yeah,
Like they had a whole like basically like mini LAN tournament before the game came out, and we can't even play like that. Like
yeah, and like,
we can't even play custom games or anything, and you're having a LAN tournament, brother. Like hello.
and the thing is like since this game is so similar to Call of Duty and it has a lot of the same fan base as Call of Duty does, and with how closed off the professional circuit is right now, with the 12 teams, so that's 64 players. Like people are gonna want to figure out how to climb the tiers, and those players that realize that COD has nothing left for them. Like they could come to XDefiant and prove themselves here and be able to climb into the bigger ranks. So if they do it right, when they
There
start
were
doing competitiveness,
there were retired COD pros even considering that. Like
yeah,
I heard like Neptune wanted to play X Defiant, Bristini was one to play, like Parasite was like I'll probably compete a little bit. Like X Defiant, like they had some big names coming in there, and it's like now none of those people play the game anymore.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure uh, a good portion of them will come back once the esports side of this game drops, but it's
Yeah, I know
not
a
gonna
lot of the
be.
more hardcore players are going to come back, but I feel like it's going to be less than if they
Yeah,
would have dropped it even at season one. Like, I wasn't really that mad that they didn't drop that stuff at launch because I understood the reason why it was delayed and all that. But like, uh, the best opportunity would have been to drop it at season one.
yeah,
Like, imagine if like ranked comes out and it's not in beta anymore, and then we have custom games too at the same time. Like, that would have been so much better.
yeah.
It's just rough because I feel like they've missed a lot of opportunities. Um,
They've missed
even before the game came out, I
yeah,
feel like they've missed a lot of opportunities to reach a lot of people and do things right. But like, it's hard because it feels like they're working on that and they're preparing to do things right. But like,
it's taking them too
you
long.
don't have a lot of time, bro. Like,
The clock is ticking. I mean, like it's been a year since we initially thought the game was gonna come out in the fall of
yeah.
2023 after the huge, like if they
This
had
time
dropped.
last year, they just did that test, and we were all like wondering if the game was going to come out or not because I mean, we know now that if that test would have gone well, the game would be out. Uh, but It sadly did not.
But like with how many people played that beta in the summer of 2023, like if they had released it a couple months later, their player base would have been huge. There was billions of people playing that beta.
The only issue was they just couldn't release it in the state that it was in.
No.
It just, you wouldn't have been able to party up with people. There were like a bunch of errors in the game that were like making you have to restart the game all the time. Like netcode was even worse than it was when the game launched, and I wouldn't say netcode was the greatest when the game launched. It was just like, I'm sure that they really wanted to release it then, but they found out that that was not a good idea. And I mean, like, it's hard because like I really wanted to play it, so part of me was not happy that they delayed it, but I also think that overall for the game it was probably better that they delayed it. But man, like, it's just so many things that like they've just been behind. I feel like they've just been fighting an uphill battle the whole time with this game.
Yeah.
Which is so
not good.
weird because like I've played this game since 2021. Like I've had over 3 years of time with this game, and I felt like up until beta time, I felt like the game felt really nice. Like obviously they needed to make some improvements, but like I felt like they were on track to release. And it just like for some reason the last like year and 3 months or so, they've just been fighting an uphill battle with the game. And I'm sitting here like since I've played it for so long, and I'm like, where did this come from? Why are they having all these issues?
Yeah. It's confusing for sure. And not really sure why they're doing. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't know
I'm
what's going on.
obviously not a game dev. Like, I wasn't in there in the studio watching them do it, but I played plenty of the game, and I was just like so lost as to why they were having all these problems now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not a game developer. My knowledge is limited based off of like what I know. But I don't know. I think that they have to get private matches out. That's gotta be priority number one for them. Honestly, like the game's playable. You know, the new season dropped. You know what I mean? Like they gotta get
I
private
think there are a
matches
lot
out.
of people that are not that happy with them not releasing private match beta on launch. If they don't release it with that first monthly update that adds new content, it's gonna
I don't
look
know
a
what's
little
gonna
bad.
happen.
Because I feel like if they don't release private match beta with that first monthly update and they wait till the second monthly update, that's looking bad for the actual launch of private matches. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking if they don't, I'm already worried about the fact that they might not release private matches at the beginning of season 3, and I feel like the beginning of season 3 is like you have to hit that.
Yes, you have to, or it's
I've heard so many rumors about them stepping their game up so bad for season 3 that they're falling behind on season 4. So like you have to make season 3 really really good.
but
And I don't know. This is weird.
but you know, we we hope the best here. When it comes to XDefiant, just because we love the game so much. But you know, it is what it is, and if they can't make the things happen that need to happen in order for the game to continue, then that's that, I guess. We're gonna keep holding out hope though until the last breath
I
of
mean,
the
it
game.
seems like Ubisoft has faith in them,
Mm,
contrary to like what some people have said about the game. But
yeah.
I mean, you can only stretch your faith so thin,
Yep.
bro.
But alas, here we are. Anyway, kind of moving out of gaming for a minute. Have you been keeping tabs on this whole like Diddy situation?
I mean, how could you not keep tabs on it? That's like the only thing I ever see, bro.
Oh my god, it's freaking crazy. So if you guys don't know, this is all I'm gonna say alleged because it's going to trial right now, and I don't want to get sued or get the podcast sued. So technically, this is all alleged that Diddy was doing some diddler type things, I guess is the best way I can put it. Having these parties that were with some of the like with the biggest celebrities and like politicians in the United States. in the world, at his parties doing certain things, and I think like we would be naive to say that there wasn't some underground thing going on in Hollywood anyway, but all of it coming to surface, and a lot of like there's a lot of theories and a lot of speculation, including allegedly Beyonce and Jay-Z, and their involvement in things, and like in the unaliving of certain individuals. So it's a big. So I've been on TikTok, dude, so much. It's bad. It consumes my For You page right now. Um, and there is just so much that is being uncovered, and even like, so so he got caught with like bulk with like a bulk thing of like baby oil, right? And like even like saying that like he got it at his lawyer was trying to say he got it at Costco in bulk to save money, and Costco was like, we
Bro,
do not sell this much baby oil,
I
let
saw something
alone.
funny on TikTok about um somebody who did buy a bunch of baby oil and like filled their fridge with it, filled their cabinets with it.
uh,
This dude's dad came home and he was like, "Bro, did you rob Diddy? Why is there baby oil everywhere?"
but like, and that was like, and it's expensive too, like with like how prices are with like baby stuff right now, like that was like thousands and thousands of
Prices
dollars
are with
worth.
everything right now, bro.
Yeah, but like it was, oh my god. So this is, I don't know, like Hollywood and like the music industry is just like the crumbling down before us. And like a lot of people are like listening to older like songs and stuff from like different rappers and whatnot. Um and they're like they're like, was this like artist trying to warn us with like what they were saying in their songs, like, and then like there's like this
Yeah, that
common
J. Cole
theme.
song pops up a lot.
Yeah, there's this common theme that I've seen is that people, um it's like a very common Grammy tradition that when someone wins like best artist or something and Beyonce doesn't, or like best music video and Beyonce does, I think it's something that Beyonce should win apparently, and if she doesn't, um then people mention her in their speeches, and like they're like, Beyonce, like I love you so much, like you're great. I think it was like Adele, Lizzo, um, who else? Kanye trying to save Taylor from, like it's deep. It's deep. These conspiracy theorists, they're having a heyday right now, um, trying to figure out the connections, or at least speculating some connections at least. Um,
Yeah.
but it's crazy, and I'm sure it runs deeper than any of us ever realize slash will ever know. Because like just like that's like a whole different aspect of things, like we don't know, like it's like what goes on in like the like with the government, like nobody really knows, like there's so many secret things that go on that we have no idea about, um until like one day they come to light, or they just never come to light. um so you just never know, because at the end of the day, like there is people, sometimes people's lives are on the line, and they don't want to lose their lives by telling something, so, or they don't want to lose their careers, their livelihoods that pay for themselves and their families, and and their spouses and their children. So it's yeah, it's big, it's huge. And
Mm-hmm.
um good luck, America, because we're these next few months are gonna be crazy, just with everything that's going on right now. So those of you guys that are in Gen Z that are losing hope because everything's fucked up, I'm with you, because it's gonna be absolute craziness for the next, I'd say, year of our lives, with uh, the current state of politics, and then the current state of um, the like just the real world, and like the music industry and the entertainment industry right now. So, it's a great time to numb yourself by playing video games responsibly, of course, school and work and stuff if you're in school and work.
Responsibly, that makes you sound like you're drinking, bro.
Responsibly gaming. No, dude, listen, you have to responsibly game when you're in college. I mean, Like if because you can't just go
I
on like
didn't.
you didn't? Yeah. Well,
I never really had a lot of homework, so I could just play whenever.
damn. Well, lucky you. I can't always do that.
I was doing different things in college than you. It was a little easier for me.
True. Uh, yeah. I listen, working 2 jobs, running an esports club, running a business, going to school, streaming. It's a lot. Having like a little mini family. It's a lot for sure. Um, like I'm dealing with like this like I'm dealing with a lot when it comes to the esports club on campus. We are doing a championships at the end of the semester though, which is gonna be cool. If it falls out, it might fall through. It's like kind of touch and go right now whether it'll happen or not, but it'll definitely happen next in the spring semester, where we're gonna like sell tickets and like all that fun stuff. So, and like have like an actual esports event on campus. It'll be casted by yours truly, obviously, because like I have the most experience as far as casting and just esports in general. Uh, but yeah. So anyway, buckle up, everybody. It's gonna be a wild ride. So we'll try to distract you by talking about gaming. Speaking of distractions and gaming, the new LA Thieves roster was confirmed, and let me tell you, they're definitely like, I've listened to some podcasts, and they're on paper, they're a top 3 team. I think the
That was
top,
the weirdest segue possible,
I know.
but I'm glad
Um,
we're talking about CDL now.
yeah, so like I watched a podcast the other day between Attach and Methods, and Methods thinks that the new LA Thieves roster is definitely a top 3 team on paper. I mean, it's looking like Thieves, Optic, and FaZe are going to be up at the top, and no other team's really going to be able to come close. And maybe every once in a while, but they're definitely all 3 of them are going to take home a major ring, and they're going to be the contenders for
I feel like
champs.
it's either gonna be like now instead of top 4, it's top 3.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna dominate the whole season. Or I feel it's either gonna be that, or maybe the competition is gonna be better. Maybe there's some. I've heard some rumors of possible teams that aren't the top 3 that could really like make some noise if they actually end up becoming teams. And I think they could give the top 3 a run for their money. But it all just depends because right now there's just a lot of roster mania stuff and a lot of rumors that we don't really know.
Yeah. I believe, like, based off of what I've heard, and I do believe this myself, that FaZe, Optic, and Thieves will all take a ring for like a major ring. You know what I mean? Like they'll win a major, get the trophy, call it what it is, and then
I mean, Scrap said 2 majors and champs, so
yeah. So I mean, Mans is he is
I mean, you look at how they played in that. I mean, this is not really an indication of CDL, but you look at how they played in that Kason tournament. I mean,
oh, that Falcons team
they're
will probably be
unstoppable.
a contender as well. Sorry, I just realized that uh I just saw the thing that you sent me. But yeah.
Yeah, those are all the rumored rosters currently. Some have been confirmed, some not.
Gentlemates? Who's the Gentlemates?
Gentlemates will be a pretty good team, I think.
What who are they taking over for?
No idea. Rumors
LAG?
they're taking over LAG, but it's like I don't know if they'll stay in Los Angeles or go somewhere else.
Yeah. No, these teams look pretty good. I mean, I definitely like we'll have to wait to see how they play together, like in whatnot. I mean, Breach is gonna have to figure their shit out. I mean, they've always had to though. I mean, they have Cammy on there now, and Awakening, Snoopy, Purge. These are all rumored, by the way.
Oh, Awakening played so bad last year. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
I
he's playing
mean,
for Rocker, but man.
I mean, sometimes it's like it's so tricky though because all these players have the potential to play so great because they're in the CDL, right? And it's such like an exclusive thing to be in. But them actually like playing well, it depends on their like teammates. You never know what's happening behind the scenes with the team unless they're very transparent about it. Surge might be good again. I mean, they've got a pretty
You know what's really funny?
wow.
You notice that Minnesota Rocker doesn't have anybody because nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I saw a video when the LA Thieves the roster first came out, and when that post came out from CDL Intel, I was watching Octane and Zuma react to it, and Octane was like, "Why are Geo and like Estriel not playing in the league? Like those two are really good. Why are they not in the league?" And what do you know? A couple days ago, it was rumored that Geo and Estriel are playing for Rocker.
Oh, yeah. So Record just doesn't have anything right now, which is weird. Usually they're one of the first teams to announce too.
Yeah, they were. I think they were like one of, if not the first team that announced that they were a team when MW19 was coming out and the whole CDL thing started.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Minnesota Rocker were the first team that got announced. Um, but I don't know. There's like nothing on them, which is kind of weird. But they
Yeah.
did not have a great season, so usually the teams that didn't have great seasons are the last ones to announce rosters the next year.
Yeah. Because I mean, they also like are trying their best to like um do that.
But I mean, you look at like how the talent pool is spread too. Like the way that the talent pool is right now, there's not much left for Rocker. If all those rumored teams happen, there's not much left.
Yeah. Uh, but who knows? I mean, I'm kind of excited to see. I'm always kind of excited to see.
I'm excited to see that LAT team. I'm really intrigued.
Yeah. Um. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows about me? I'm excited though to see it. But yeah, I mean, we'll have probably more on Rostermania in the next couple weeks due to like things getting finalized. I mean, LA Thieves just announced their
I mean, we have
roster.
less than a month till Black Ops 6,
Yeah.
so there are teams that are going to be trying to finalize rosters and get stuff ready.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hit the ground running.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I think that's anything else you want to talk about Deception?
I think we're good.
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Climb Together podcast. This has been episode number 91. We appreciate you guys for being here. If you're watching this later on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe and check out some of the other episodes that we have on the channel. We have we're building up a collection here. We've got a 91 episodes. So give us some other listens. We have a lot of cool insights about different games, streaming, content creation, just the esports world and gaming in general. So yeah, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. If you guys are here on Twitch, make sure you guys follow. And if you guys are not watching on Twitch, follow us on Twitch. Watch us live, 12 p.m. EST every Wednesday. Mostly every Wednesday. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
Peace.